Ted, look at you.
Yeah, it's me, okay?
What is going on here? My God, are you all right?
No, I'm not all right. I'm handcuffed to this bed.
Well, don't get all snippy with me. You just seem to be in some sort of pain.
I'm dying. I got an itch, and I can't get to it. You help me. Don't stand there.
Ted, what is going on? Who's done this to you?
Well, once again, Cece, you have pulled off the impossible. However did you get this party together on such short notice?
I don't know. I like to think I can do anything.
Where's Ted? I would have thought he'd be back from L.A. by now.
Well, he must have gotten tied up.
Indeed.
And there she is, looking like a breath of fresh air as always. How are you, beautiful?
Good.
Hey. Hello, Katrina. What a great dress. Thank you. It's Ted's favorite.
How's that son of mine been treating you?
Pretty good.
Oh, well, if he doesn't, you let me know. If he slips up once, I'll give him such a... Are you covering the party for that rag that you work for, or what?
Mm-hmm. And please, Cece, no disparaging remarks about the conscience tonight.
Well, I just think you have more talent than that. You should be working for a real newspaper like Anджela's.
Oh, well, Katrina's obviously very happy where she is, Cece. I hear you and Ted have set a date. Mm-hmm. October.
Very glad to hear about that. I've been doing a little subtle campaigning.
Subtle? I was kind of expecting you to buy the ring yourself.
Oh, come on now.
Is there a ring? No, we haven't had time to pick it out yet. Ted was on the way on business. Well, if I were you want my advice, Katrina, I'd hold out for a diamond. Take it from someone who knows. I will.
Hello, Angjela. Blown up any buildings lately?
Why did you do it?
I'm sorry.
Well, you should be. You sold my son out, and you sent him to jail. Now I have something for you.
Order! Order in this... It's cleared.
What kind of a man are you, Micah DeAngelis? You took advantage of a vulnerable moment, and you turned it against me and against my son. How could you do that?
Jody, you've misunderstood.
Bailiff, get her out of here.
No, just hold it, please, Your Honor. Please, with your indulgence, let me handle this.
See that you do, Detective Walker. I have no patience for emotional outbursts in my courtroom. 5-minute recess. Then we'll resume the call of the daily calendar in an orderly fashion.
Joe, listen to me. I don't know what this is all about, okay? But just pull it back. One of us being with a contempt charge is enough. Listen, if you just let me explain.
Mrs. Walker, I don't understand what's going on.
Well, then I'll spell it out for you. I went to your father. I opened up to him, and I told him something in confidence. Something that could be severely damaging for Sawyer. Long look at the man who's responsible for Sawyer not getting bail.
I promise you, I did not knowingly betray your son.
If I'd known he couldn't be trusted, I never would have confided in him.
Honey, you couldn't have known, okay? Don't start blaming yourself for this, too.
I'm trying to convince the judge to schedule a hearing as soon as possible.
Do you think that's wise?
Why wait? We've nothing to hide. And if the prosecution is not especially brilliant, they may easily dismiss the case.
And if it isn't?
Well, then Sawyer gets bound over for trial in Superior Court. Worst comes to worst, and we do go to trial. I cannot imagine a jury in the country would convict Sawyer on the evidence that we now have. It's all circumstantial.
I'd love to believe that. But you were convinced no court would deny him bail.
I couldn't possibly know that Michael would throw a curveball. That's all we can do here in this room right now. Why don't you both go home and get some rest?
If only that were possible.
It's mandatory, Jody. Anyway, it seems to me that your daughter needs you as much as your son does. And we have a hell of a long road in front of us.
He's right, Joe. You're dead on your feet.
So go with some warning. Whatever you do is going to affect Sawyer's future from now on. Watch what you say. Very carefully. And to whom.
Thanks, Mason.
Thank you.
Well, sweetie, let's go on home now, okay? BJ, honey, let's go home now. Come on, sure.
Why don't I drive BJ? We'll meet you at the cabin. That's okay?
Sure.
Shall we go?
You know what we're doing, don't you? We can't. We absolutely can't.
Can't what?
Let him win.
Let who win?
Frank. Gotta stop him, Warren.
Crazy old bat. I mean, why should I listen to her? What if she's right? What if Lionel really is having an affair? He would never do that to me. After all, we've just been married a little while. We're still newlyweds. He cares about me. He tells me so all the time. Everything's fine. It'll be fine. What if it's not fine? If it's fine, then why isn't he here? He's having an affair. Yep. I guess I've become so complacent I don't even recognize the signs anymore. Everybody in town's probably splitting a gut, laughing at poor dumb Gina who's running around bragging about her new station in life while Lionel's getting it on with some bimbo. How am I supposed to show up at that LA renewal party tonight? Everybody's going to be there waiting at the door to have a big laugh on Gina. Well, I will not be Santa Barbara's private laughingstock any longer. No one is going to laugh at Gina Blake DeMott, Capwell, Timmins, Lockridge. No one.
No, Julia. I don't make a habit of blowing up buildings, you know.
You shouldn't have blown up the one that you did. You're both appalling.
What did I do?
It's what you don't do, Cece. You don't care. What's another landmark to you if you've got another dollar in your pocket?
Oh, well, I'm sorry, Judy. I can't get my heart to bleed over that eyesore.
Besides, it's over. The building is gone. Any further discussion is pointless.
You would like it to be that simple, I'm sure. That way you could go right back to thinking about yourself with a clear conscience.
I think I resent that, Julia.
Well, here's something else that you can resent. I don't think that you have any regard for the welfare of other people, and in my book, that makes you dangerous.
Julia, get a life.
Capwell parties are so congenial, aren't they? Hello, Julia. Hello, Anджела.
Yeah.
Could I buy you a drink?
I'd like that.
Your timing is perfect. Julia has blood in her eye over this slaughterhouse nonsense.
I don't
Another
blame
minute and she would have been all over me.
I don't blame her.
Sophia. Hey, have you seen my wife?
No, so far our luck's holding out.
Jokes. No, I've been preparing a little something special for her, so I haven't had a chance to talk to her. She is expected, though, right?
I imagine she'll be here.
Well, here's a photo opportunity if I ever saw one. Do you mind?
Frankly, yes.
The feeling's mutual, I assure you. Excuse me, I think I've had enough of you for one night.
What's with her? Aside from her being self-centered and self-aggrandizing?
She's a barracuda, all right.
I thought you liked her.
Well, it doesn't mean I don't see her for what she is.
All right, enough about that. Let's talk about you. I understand best wishes are in order.
Yes, we're very excited.
Well, I'm very excited for you. He's a terrific guy, and as far as you're concerned, he got himself a real treasure. And I'm glad he's smart enough to know that.
Unbelievable. You of all people, Ted, Mr. Perfect Man with Professor Lockridge's woman?
Well, they broke up. Did you hear?
Well, what about Katrina, Ted? Did you two break up too?
It's a complicated story, Lil.
Well, I've got all night, Ted, and by the looks of things, you're not going anywhere.
Listen to me. Lily, if we're friends, if our friendship ever meant anything in the world at all to you, you will get me out of these handcuffs before Anджела gets home, and I promise you, I will answer any question that you might have later, but just get me out now, please.
Where's the key?
She took it with her. She's got my clothes, too.
Oh, Ted. I thought I'd gotten myself into some messes. Really? You must have gotten her very angry, Ted, because these are police regulations.
Oh, is that a fact? And how would you know that? I didn't know she was mad at me. I thought she was joking.
Just spare me, okay? Just spare me. Let's just leave it at the fact that maybe you're a little bit more kinky than I had given you credit for.
Oh, are they pickable?
What do you assume? Just because I lived in Vegas that I'm some sort of crime mall, Ted? No, they're not pickable. I'm going to have to call the police on you.
No, you're not going to call the police. You're going to ruin my life if you call the police.
Will you stop being so melodramatic? Really, Ted? I mean, what we need now is just some sort of logic here. Good, healthy dose of it.
Yeah, okay, some logic. Why don't you just get up and out of here and find something to pick these locks? Just go down to find anything.
Good idea.
Good.
Really?
This unbelievable humiliation is somebody coming and seeing you in your underwear and you're hanging from a bedpost. God. I just learned to keep my hands in my own pockets. I've been so stupid.
Ted, I think I found something.
Oh, Lil, you are an angel.
Sure hope Mason Capital is right about getting Sawyer released.
What, you doubt him?
I just don't like the evidence, Joe. We're only kidding ourselves if we pretend we can just explain this stuff away.
My son is not a killer, and this whole thing is a travesty.
No, I've been thinking about it, and I know exactly what to do. Warren and I can save him. We can use the newspaper as a resource. So we launch a campaign, we demand his release, and we stir up the public so they rally around him. What do you think, Warren?
Well, I'd be more than happy to write an editorial. I mean, I want to prove that Sawyer's innocent more than anyone else.
We appreciate that.
Thank you.
No. We need more than an editorial. I'm talking about like a public awareness campaign. Something like a 900 number. I mean, think about it. We could get a 900 number and people could call in and pledge their support for Sawyer, and we could get people to man the phones like 24 hours a day. Well, why don't you think about it? I'm going to take a shower.
A what? A shower?
It's been nonstop, Warren, ever since Frank's death. It's like she's trying to scrub the memory away.
Well, I can't stand any more of this. I mean, what kind of a mother am I if I can't help either one of our children?
So, how are things?
What do you mean, how are things? I mean, we've been together all day. You know how things are.
Well, I was just want to make sure you're not lonely. I mean, Ken being out of the country and all that.
I'm fine. Now, we promised to keep this on a professional basis, remember?
Sophia, I can't help it if I'm interested in your well-being.
Why do I get the feeling that it's not just my well-being in which you are interested?
Well, if you do get lonely, I'm available for you for dinner. Anytime, day or night.
I'll keep that in mind. Thank you for the invitation. But you know, I'm not eating a lot lately. Remember how I always lost my appetite when I fell in love?
Just like old times?
What?
Well, you and Sophia seem to be awfully cozy. Is it my imagination, or are we making progress?
One never knows, does one?
Well, I wish you luck.
I also wanted to thank you once again for going to bat for me during that slaughterhouse fiasco.
Well, I'm glad I could do it. I'm glad I could help you. I learned something about you, too. You have a commitment to excellence, and you take the initiative. You're looking for progress. I admire that tremendously.
Well, thank you, Cece. If only everybody felt that way.
Since when do you care what everybody thinks? Hmm?
You're right, I don't.
Oh.
It's absolutely beautiful. It's exquisite, Lionel.
You think she'll like it?
Oh, how could she not like it? You're just absolutely head over heels in love with her, aren't you?
Love? Me?
Come on, you can't even begin to try to deny that. It's all over you. I'll tell you the truth, I don't know how you could ever have fallen in love with Gina, but I'm very happy for you because you deserve the best that life has to offer.
Hello, Cece.
Gina, we were beginning to worry about you.
I'm sorry I'm late. I'm usually a stickler when it comes to punctuality, but, well, how can I put it delicately? Lionel just wouldn't let me out of bed.
Is that so?
Why, that lying son of... How dare you make a fool out of me in front of this entire town? Do you think you're putting one over on me, Lionel Lockridge? Well, you are wrong, because I invented the wheel when it comes to lies and deceit. I know exactly what you're up to.
Come on.
The afternoons, the evenings, the water rounds. I know what you're up to. I know what's going on.
Did you see the look on her face? She looked like she was going to eviscerate him any moment.
That chumps in for a hard ride, I can tell you that. I expect to see that on the front page.
Sure will. So, no sign of Ted yet, huh?
No, I haven't seen him. Are you worried about him?
No, not really.
Honey, he's going to be fine. Stop worrying.
I'm sure he will.
Oh, good. A friendly face. And a very nice one at that.
Thank you. Miss me? Sally Jesse Raphael?
I feel smart in these. Leave them alone.
Okay.
Desperately missed you. Desperately.
Party's that boring, huh?
It's very boring, honey. Why are we here?
Julia, it's just temporary. Until our house is finished. You know that.
Temporary. That's a good word. Let's say it together. Temporary.
Harry, has something happened? Dad didn't do anything offensive, did he?
Not really. He supported Anджела. That was slightly offensive. But other than that, things have been running smoothly. A little too smoothly. I'm beginning to wonder when he's going to rear his bossy little head.
Maybe he really has turned over a new leaf.
Mason, are you forgetting that you have a business to run?
Maybe I spoke too soon. Am I safe in assuming that you're referring to the fact that I've taken over Sawyer Walker's defense?
I didn't hear about the part where you hung out your law shingle again.
The boy is in serious trouble.
And the Walkers are friends of ours.
Then it's still a free country.
And he is an adult.
All right. Stop ganging up on me. I'll take over for Capwell for a while for you.
Oh, right. Don't twist his arm.
What does that mean?
What it means is you always give lip service to giving the business to the kids, and sometimes you've even done it. But you know, you never managed to leave.
Lady knows me so well.
Yeah,
Excuse me, please. We have a bottle of champagne open. Come over here.
They're mighty chummy tonight.
You know what I think?
What?
I think Cece and Sophia are gloving up for round 4. Ding.
No.
Just don't insult me by thinking that I can't see what's right in front of my own 2 eyes.
Jenna, sit down. I don't have the slightest idea what you're talking about.
You're having an affair, Lionel. A-F-F-A-I-R. That's why it just rolls off your back that we have a marriage in name only. That's why you roll over in bed and say, "Good night, Gina," and you close your book like nothing so whatsoever is happening, and it's just everything's just fine with you. Well, why don't you admit it? You're getting more sex than any man your age could possibly handle. Say something. Deny it. Admit it. Something. But you can't say anything, can you, Lionel? Because you know that I've seen it with my own 2 eyes. And there isn't one person in that room downstairs who doesn't know you're having an affair with Sophia Capwell.
What?
Aurora, I swear to you, I will never have meant to say anything to jeopardize Sawyer's chances of making bail. Why would I purposely say something knowing it would hurt you so badly?
I don't know, Daddy.
All I know is that the man I love could go to prison because of something you said to the police.
Yes, well, that wretched McCabe tricked me.
Okay. Then tell me this. How do you feel about Sawyer?
I don't know what you mean.
I mean, what do you think? You've been around him enough to have some sort of impression.
I'm on your side, darling.
That's not good enough.
Well, I don't know what it is you want from me.
I want you to take a stand. Stop riding the fence. It's not enough anymore to just say that Sawyer's innocent. Unless you can actively help him, you're just as damaging to this case as the evidence.
Well, I admire your loyalty.
I don't want your admiration. I want your support. So decide, Daddy. Right now. Because if Sawyer goes to prison because of something you said, I will never forgive you as long as I live.
Come on in. Ted, I can't believe you've been sneaking around with Angela Cassidy. What an idiot I was.
This has absolutely nothing to do with you.
It's a real statement on my judgment of character.
Oh.
Yes, it does. I used to have you up on some sort of pedestal.
Well, when it comes to love, men have been known to do really strange things.
Don't make me laugh, please. Isn't lust more the word you're looking for? You can try to fool Katrina. Don't try it with me. Not
Hey, now
after
wait a
what...
minute. You have to promise me that you're not going to say a word of this to Katrina.
Ted, I don't have to promise you anything.
Well, look at me. Look what I'm wearing. What?
Well, it's not your color.
Oh, that's very funny. Yeah, I'm laughing. It's hilarious. I see the total abject humiliation. It doesn't do anything for you, huh? It's very funny. Would you just find me something to wear?
I don't know why I should.
Well, because you rescued me, and you're responsible for me.
Okay. All right. I know you've always wanted Sophia. The only reason you ever settled for me was because you took up with that boy toy of hers. Boy, you must have seen me coming. Letting me send Ken off to the Orient so you had a clear field with Sophia. I can't believe you, Lionel. Does Cece know about this? I bet he'd have a few choice words for you. Have you ever been faithful to me? For even 5 minutes? Did you even ever care about me, Lionel?
And I am very happy to say we have reached the $1 million mark in the Renew LA project.
On behalf of Mr. Capwell and myself, I'd like to thank you all so much for all the very hard work you've done.
So, everybody have a good time. Have a good time.
Cece, I gotta go.
Where are you going, sweetheart?
I have 2 stories to finish, this and Sawyer Walker's arraignment.
Oh, okay.
If you see Ted, have him call me.
I will, sweetheart. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Have a good day.
Katrina, wait up. I think I'll look out with you. I have to be leaving too.
Wait a minute. Your party, too, you know.
Well, and it's been wonderful, but I have house guests, and I don't want to leave them hanging. So, thank you.
Okay. Take care.
You're worried about Sawyer, aren't you?
That too.
Well, what else?
I think I'm afraid, Julia.
What are you afraid of?
I've been watching the Walkers deal with what's been happening to their family, and it's stirred up a lot of questions that have no answers.
All right, like what?
Like, how do we protect our children, ultimately?
That's a big question.
Mm-hmm. Well, Jody and Reese love their kids. They're decent parents. They love their kids the way we love Samantha. And yet, look what happened to them. How can we possibly guarantee that such an awful thing wouldn't happen to a child of ours?
So, what are you saying? You're saying that you don't want to have a baby now?
No, I think that may be exactly what I'm saying.
Does my being here make you uncomfortable?
Did I say something?
No. I mean, nothing out loud, but I get the feeling that you don't like having me around.
The feeling's probably mutual.
Well, where does that leave us?
Well, right now, it leaves us mutually concerned for the well-being of my daughter. I'm not going to suddenly pretend that you're my best friend, Warren, but you might just be BJ's. And as long as she needs you, you're welcome here.
Thank you.
I'll get that. What do you want?
I know I'm probably the last person you'd want to see, but I've come to apologize.
I'm going to take a walk down to the lake.
So what can we do for you, Doctor?
Just listen to what I have to say. I had no idea that Agent McCabe was leading me into saying something that was going to be so damaging to Sawyer.
You're a smart man, Micah. Certainly you can tell when someone's setting a trap.
I've been avoiding the police for the last 12 years. I haven't been speaking to them. I'm not up to the latest interrogation tactics.
Well, whatever your intentions were, the fact remains. You're single-handedly responsible for our son's bail being denied.
Yes, I understand that. As my daughter so repeatedly told me so. She's very upset with me. But she said something tonight that made me stop and think about my feelings. She told me I was riding the fence and that I should make a decision one way or the other. Well, I've made that decision. I believe in your son's innocence, and I'm here to offer my help.
Thank you.
I'm a wealthy man. I know that's a bad form, offering money, but I just want you to know that that is at your disposal.
That's a very generous offer, but we can't accept your money.
No. I didn't think you would.
Right now, our son's best hope is Mason Capwell.
Yes, well, he couldn't be in better hands.
All the same if this case goes to trial.
Joe, just one step at a time.
Yes, well, I came by to offer you my help. If you wish so, please ask. I'll leave you both alone.
Thank you. I know this couldn't have been easy.
You know, it wasn't that difficult. My daughter loves your son very much. And that makes us connected through our children. I wouldn't want you to lose your son any more than I would want to lose my daughter.
What do you think of that?
Honestly, I don't trust the man as far as I can spit him.
I know there's no way they can keep you in jail for a crime that you didn't commit. You're going to be home soon, Sawyer, and I'm going to be right here waiting for you. Where have you been?
To see the Walkers.
Father, I shouldn't have spoken to you the way that I did, and I'm sorry, but I meant everything that I said.
Well, you're absolutely right. I had to make a decision about how I stood with my feelings.
And what did you decide?
That I'm squarely on your side and Sawyer's side.
Daddy, thank you. Oh, you'll never know how much this means to me.
Oh, Aurora, I'm so proud of you. Your spirit, your convictions. You are your mother's daughter. You become just like her every day.
And I'm very proud of you too, Daddy. And if my convincing you to be on Sawyer's side ends up helping him, you don't know how happy you've made me. Because I would do anything for Sawyer. Anything.
Would you like a nightcap?
No, I don't think so. I think I've had enough champagne for one night.
Well, that means you can't drive home, doesn't it?
No, I'll be fine. I want to tell you that I had a lovely day with you and a lovely evening. Thank you. See, now that looks like a seduction. That does. It does. No.
Would that be so bad?
Yes. Where's my handbag? I left my handbag. I know I left it here.
It's upstairs. My bedroom.
I want you to stay right here, C.C. Caftwell. I want you to stay right here.
Reese has been gone for quite some time, huh?
Yeah, well, he can't sit still when he's nervous. Though he's trying to be strong for me. Habit, you know.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm glad that we have this time to talk.
Really? Sounds like there may be a lecture coming.
No.
Have I done something wrong?
No, not at all. It's just that I've seen how close you and BJ are. And how deeply she's come to depend on you.
Do you have a problem with that? Because I care a great deal about her, but if you'd like me to back off, I understand completely.
No. That would be the worst possible thing you could do right now because BJ trusts you and you can't betray her trust the way I did.
That's not what happened, Jody. You didn't know anything about what was going on.
All right, but I should have. God, I've been dealing with victims of abuse for so long. I mean, I should have seen the signs. My daughter was crying out for help and I didn't hear. I mean, how can I forgive myself for that?
You're her mother. You've got to forgive yourself. Maybe you can help me. You've worked with abuse victims before, and I was wondering what your read is on BJ and her feelings towards me. I mean, the dependency you mentioned. I was curious about that.
Well, it's kind of hard to say. Emotions like love and sexual attraction they get tangled and complicated in an abused child's mind. There are tendencies to repeat patterns. You're older, you're unattainable and forbidden in a way.
Sort of like Frank?
No, unlike Frank, because now BJ is in the position of choice. She's a young woman. I mean, it would be natural for BJ to want to shift some of those unresolved feelings onto you. I mean, she's young. I mean, she may feel that there's a possibility of an outlet that she never seemed to have. You'd love her, don't you? You can't deny it. But I have to ask you something, Warren. How do you love her? Do you love her as a friend? Or as a woman? Please answer me.
I do love her. But not as a friend. And I've tried to stay within those boundaries. But I love her like a man loves a woman. I've tried not to, I promise you I have. But that's just the way it is.
Well, then, we're all in a real big mess. I'm sorry, but that's exactly what she doesn't need right now.
I would never do anything to hurt this girl.
Then you're going to have to walk a very fine line, Warren. You can't. You're going to have to love her as a friend. I mean, that's all. No more than that. Otherwise, you'll not only hurt her, you'll destroy her.
Figured you'd be hungry by now. Wasting all your energy trying to get out of those cuffs. Great. Oh. Biting the hand that feeds you, Teddy? It's not very smart. So, did you miss me?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I did.
Yeah, me too. I think this has gone on long enough, don't you? I'm sure my point has been made.
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Give me that. Give me that. Where is it? Give me that. Give me that. Yeah! Woo! Woo! Oh, yeah! Well, looks like we're playing by my rules now, Missy.
And just what was all that kissing about, Lionel? Don't ever try anything like that again. Have I made myself clear?
Quite clear. Don't worry, Gina. I won't foist myself on you again.
Lionel?
Hmm? What?
Hey, feel better?
Yeah. I don't know, it must be the heat. I just can't seem to feel clean, you know.
Well, I know I've said this before, but everything's gonna be all right.
I'm glad you tried to make everything all right for my parents, but it's hard, you know.
Yeah.
God, I don't know what I'd do right now if I didn't have you.
Well, you don't have to worry about that.
I love you, Warren. With all my heart.